I very rarely start my day super early. I'm not getting up at 5 to do a run or to tell you the benefits of meditating in the morning or anything like that. For me, a normal day of working for myself generally starts at around 7 o'clock, and today is no different. I'll get a cup of tea and some breakfast down me while getting my day together on the iPad Air. As much as I love working on the iPad, and I really do, I still absolutely consider it as a complementary device to a desktop setup or a MacBook, at least for my creative focus workflows. However, on lighter days, I'm more than happy to work entirely from it, and today is one of those days. As always, I'll get started by making a to-do list on Microsoft To Do while cross-referencing it with Notion while I eat breakfast. I'll also catch up on my ever-growing watch later list on YouTube. Recently, I've been really enjoying the Never Too Small channel where people show off their amazingly well-designed super tiny homes, which always makes me feel like I could be doing more within my own home, but maybe another day. I'll finish up breakfast and give Pocky his too, along with some much needed attention before heading up to my office to get ready for a relatively busy day on the iPad. Today is actually a good day for you to join me because I'm not spending that much time in the office today. I'm actually going to my local city to meet up with Rachel, who's my collaborator over at Kiroku. We make all the wallpapers and those small physical items together because we've got so much going on and we really need to nail down a few deadlines, and she just so happens to be working in the city today. There's also a second reason, and it's because I would like to go to the Apple store to check out the Apple Watch Ultra, which is something I haven't seen in person. I've only seen it in photos, and because of the small town where I'm from, we don't have an Apple store. So we've got to go to do that today. So in terms of things I'll be taking with me, I'll be taking my iPad Air. This is the 256GB purple model, and it's got the Apple Magic keyboard on it, which I really like. This is going to be great because it's really, really portable. Of course, I'll be bringing my keys with me, which has got this Orbit key organizer on it, my little Herschel wallet, which has got all my cards in it, and the most useful thing for the train journey, at least, is going to be the AirPods Pro, the noise cancelling. This is just the first edition, which I really, really like. I'm going to put everything into this Fjallraven Kanken bag. This is a laptop 17. I talked a little bit about this before on my EDC video, so I'll link that up here if you'd like to see it. But this is perfect when I don't need to take a huge amount of tech with me. I will be taking my camera with me today because I know I'm going to have to film today. So something I did want to show you, and this is exciting for me because this new camera insert from Earth. I picked this up because I've been taking my camera with me and I've been putting it in whatever. So I finally got a camera insert which lets me hold a camera and a couple lenses and some batteries and all that. But the good thing about this is it turns any bag into like a small camera bag. So I'm going to put that straight into the Fjallraven Kanken backpack as well, and that will serve for all the gear that I need to take with me today. I'll end up leaving the house around 8:10. It's about a half-hour walk to the station, so I'll load up Spotify and listen to some tunes along the way. Once I get to the station and hop on the train, I've got about an hour and a half to burn before I get to the city, so I'll take the iPad out and get on with a few smaller pieces of work. Because it's the morning, I like to crack all the emails I can so they're not hanging over me for the rest of the day, so I'll make an effort to sort them before I arrive. While doing this, I also noticed that my Apple Watch battery was low, so I pulled out this awesome little charging puck from Satechi. I love this thing, it just slides directly into any USB-C port and it's sturdy enough to hold up the watch, which is awesome. I'll use the rest of the time to finish up all my emails and then use Notion to make sure I've got no outstanding admin stuff to do for the channel. Otherwise, I'll spend the rest of the time listening to Spotify or catching up on some more YouTube. The train gets me into the city at around 10 o'clock, and as it's still relatively early, I figure it's a good time to head straight to the Apple store and to have a peek at that new Apple Watch Ultra. I couldn't film in there, of course, but I did manage to get a few shots on my iPhone, and I have to say, I was pretty blown away by it. When I saw it announced, I knew it wasn't really for me, but after trying it on, I totally got it. Even if you're not into outdoor type things and you don't need any of the extra features, just the way this thing looks and feels is enough for me to be tempted by it, and I can see why lots of people have picked one up. And now that I enjoy watches in general, the price, while still obviously high, isn't that high by watch standards considering what it can do. After resisting temptation to pick up the Watch Ultra, it's almost time to meet Rachel for our Kiroku catch-up. The original plan was to meet in a cafe, but as it was such a nice day, we decided to meet outside and chat there. Today, more than anything, we're trying to nail down deadlines for our current projects that are in motion. We've actually got at least 2 more things we want to put out before the year ends, both of which we're really excited about. Meeting in person is also a good time to reflect on our latest releases. So for us, that was the Luxe wallpaper pack that we're both really pleased with. You may have already seen this on the channel or over on Instagram, but if not, I'll of course link it below. And if you've already picked them up, we both thank you really deeply for that. It means a lot and it helps out the channel massively. While we chat, I'll use a combination of GoodNotes, Apple Notes and Notion on the iPad to make sure we talk about everything we need to while marking down deadlines to get things done. It might sound silly, but as we both work on other projects full time, it's easy to let things slide on the Kiroku front, so keeping track of everything is really essential for us. We also always end up talking about things we'd love to do in the future or how things could change if we spent more time working on Kiroku, so I end up marking those down too before Rachel needs to head off back to work. After our meeting, it's pushing around 1 o'clock, so I'll grab some lunch and check out some other shops and stores I don't have access to at home. Before heading back to the train station to head home, there's a small coffee shop I wanted to grab some beans at, so I'll buy those and then continue heading back to the train station. After jumping on the 2 o'clock train, I'll type up our Kiroku meeting notes into a more actionable list using a shared note on Apple Notes and send it over to Rachel. For the rest of the train ride, I'll listen to music and think about thumbnails for this video. Frustratingly, thumbnails are so important, so thinking about them early is always a good shout. After getting back home, it's around 4 o'clock, so I'll jump back into my office and transfer all the footage I shot today over to the Mac Studio so it's ready to be edited. As much as I love the iPad, there's no way I'm editing video on it unless I really have to. I'll then spend a small amount of time sketching out thumbnail ideas on Procreate that I had on the way home so I don't forget them. These don't need to be perfect by a long shot, but they end up helping so much when it comes to actually creating the thumbnail. Finally, the last thing I wanted to do before seeing the working day off is to have a go of this new coffee machine I recently bought. This is why I picked up those coffee beans earlier, and it will actually be the first time I've tried using it after setting it up the other day. So to help, I'll pop the iPad on the side and load up some more YouTube videos so I can watch a guide on how to do it. I've been watching loads of James Hoffman and Morgan Drinks Coffee, so I'll use them as a guide while I try my best at making coffee for the first time. Okay, here is the first coffee I've made with the Sage coffee machine, so I'm going to give it a go. It tastes alright, it doesn't look quite right, and I think I haven't made it properly at all. The milk probably wasn't hot enough, and yeah, who knows, it doesn't look like one that was made in a coffee shop. I've still clearly got lots to learn, but it was fun regardless. And I think I'm going to leave this video here, so if you did get this far into the video, drop a coffee emoji in the comments below so I can see who's been watching this long. And if you did pick up an Apple Watch Ultra, let me know too. I'd love to know who picked one up and why you picked one up. Anyway, that's all from me. I will see you all in the next one.